The Nigerian government has unveiled a 10-year strategic action plan between 2026 to 2035 to transform its agricultural sector, with Vice President Shettima declaring that the youth-led innovation will be central to the country's food systems transition. TVC News State House correspondent Femi Akande gives us a wrap-up of Vice President Shettima's participation at the second UN Food Systems Summit stocktake held in Addis Ababa.
Food security in Africa is a complex issue with significant challenges despite ongoing efforts to improve it. While some progress has been made, a large portion of the population still faces hunger and malnutrition, and the situation is projected to worsen in some regions. Factors such as conflict, climate change, and economic instability contribute to the problem. For Nigeria, there is a deliberate attempt by the Tinubu administration to confront the food crisis with the transformation of agri-food systems. Vice President Shettima represented Nigeria at the second UN Food Systems Summit stocktake in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. He amplified the demand for collective action against food insecurity and put a spotlight on Nigeria's integrated approach to food systems recovery, stabilization, and resilience building.
In our displaced people's camps, the government took the initiative to rather empower the displaced people to produce their own foodstuff. That will give us resilience, that will give them dignity, and most importantly, that will give us buffer against shocks. In the Sahelian region, there is an incestuous relationship between economy and ecology, and the government has to come up with very, very robust policies and frameworks to ensure that our people do not fall into despair.
The United Nations Deputy Secretary General Amina Mohammed acknowledged the growing momentum behind food systems transformation, but also warned that with just 5 years left until 2030, hunger and malnutrition persist.
We need to place communities at the center of our efforts. Women grow 60% of Africa's food, but own less than 20% of the land. Young people are at the vanguard of innovative agriculture, but cannot access the financing that supports them. And this is especially the case in complex settings where perceived risk is much higher and the options are fewer.
At another ministerial roundtable on food sovereignty and exploring national approaches to accelerating the food systems transition, Nigeria's Vice President Shettima talked about the Renewed Hope Agenda's priority on achieving self-reliance in food production through several bold economic reforms, particularly the declaration of a state of emergency on food security.
We come to this roundtable to forge partnerships. We seek capital that understands context. We seek technology that respects tradition. We seek solidarity, not for charity, but for self-preservation. We believe in carrying our poverty with dignity.
Nigeria's agri-food systems got the endorsement of international development partners with stronger commitments of support and collaboration. Vice President Shettima talked about the Nigerian government's plan to revive the Lake Chad region, enhance all-year farming, and implement the Green Revolution project of the Tinubu administration.
School feeding is my absolute favorite program of all, and I'm not supposed to have favorites within WFP, but school feeding is my one because the impact that one program has on children within a country is tangible. You can see it, and so feeding one child, but feeding many children, really brings a generation into what it should be, that's strong, intelligent, well-fed, respected.
You said the lake area, and irrigation for aquaculture and for other cash crop, because that's my humble experience in China. When you have enough staple food, you have move up to the cash crop to develop all these industrial crop or some others. That's the way the highest marginal utility.
We're no longer looking at national level or state. We're going deep down into the local governments where the farmers are, where the rural communities are. So we're going to have, for every local government, a project that will be impacted by this program.
There was also a high-level session, which was a strategic platform to advance the comprehensive Africa Agricultural Development Program by connecting Africa's leadership with the next generation of agri-food entrepreneurs. Here, VP Shettima talked about Nigeria's deep commitment to youth inclusion, given the significance of the country's youthful population.
As we depart from this summit, let us embrace critical thinking. Let us interrogate the gaps in our systems and challenge ourselves to do more. Let us harness our comparative advantages. And above all, let us mobilize our greatest asset, our youth, to transform Africa's agri-food future.
Beyond the talks at the second UN Food Systems Summit, Nigeria's policies targeted at improving agriculture and enhancing the agri-food systems are already yielding results. Government data shows that Nigeria's agricultural sector contribution to the economy rose to 27.8% in the first quarter of 2025. The newly launched Comprehensive Africa Agricultural Development Program Strategy and Action Plan for 2026 to 2035 represents a crucial initiative for enhancing productivity and fostering cohesive agricultural development throughout the continent. Femi Akonde, TVC News, Addis Ababa.